Hello there, tarot folk. Right, our card of the day. More reversals, more shadow, more stuff. The reversed Ten of Wands. Check him out. So, symbolism here is some guy who is walking hunched over, carrying 10 wands. Now, if you have a look at the way he's walking, not many people really realize this, but these wands are not heavy, because if they were, he'd fall flat on his face, because he's not got them over the back of his shoulder. His whole center of gravity is pulling them down, not holding them up. The wands are the element of fire, so they don't want to be grounded, they don't want to be earthed. And so his work is about grounding these wands that are light and want to fly up like helium balloons, more than heavy and want to be grounded on the earth. So this heaviness, or this burden that you see in this card, are the challenges that we face in grounding our spirituality and grounding our creativity. And when this card is reversed like this, these challenges may be too much for us. We may be, encountering some resistance and encountering these inner challenges being too much, and we may have this inner voice that comes up and tells us, no, I'm not good enough, no, I can't do this, no, it's just not for me. And the 10 wands are 10. This is the completion of our mission and our spiritual journey, and this is where we actually take our creative channeling, all of the wands, seriously, and really go for our mission in life. And when we are facing this card, the mission is always present, and it's not new to us, because we've really been walking this path from 1 to 9 already, and the 10th is not something that's surprising us. And we're meeting challenges maybe, and we're coming face to face with obstacles in our life, or a little bit of inner resistance, not for the first time, but this is something that we know already. It's just that right now it's about it's about jumping in with 2 feet and really taking our spiritual journey seriously, and whatever this means to us. And this might mean something different to each person, but it's about taking our spiritual mission. It's about going for, and getting our head down and going for our purpose full on. When this card is upside down, the resistance that we have can be this inner voice of self-doubt, and it can be the doubting Thomas inside of us that thinks we're not good enough in order to do this. But it could also be other versions of resistance. When we're faced with taking our spirituality, and when we really want to become a creative channel for light and for the fire, for love, and for this sun element to come through and all the transformation that it represents, our ego will be challenged. When our ego is challenged, our identity and our past comes through, and with all sorts of reasons of resistance and reasons to not go there. Then we might procrastinate for stupid reasons. We might find our fear comes up about not wanting to take this part of ourselves seriously. And we may fear of our past failures always, of course, but a lot of the time this fear that comes up is more about this ego resistance, and it's more about having to die a little bit, and having our past and our habits of the past to die a little bit. And we might even have to delegate some things that we think are important in our lives. We might have to give them up and give them over to something else. We might have to let go of some of the responsibilities and the other duties that we think our life is about, in order to take ourselves seriously here, in order to go a little bit full on in this journey. We need to learn to trust in ourselves, and we've found a little bit of trust already. This isn't the beginning of our journey, and we have a greater challenge, but we also have greater maturity, and we also have more tools and more bags of tricks in our pocket that we can bring out, and we have the understanding and the knowledge to go for this. And any resistance that comes up is going to be a resistance that wants to keep us in the past and not want us to move forward in this journey. So Another reason this card comes upside down is when we're not feeling very grounded, and when we're not feeling very earthed, because in order to really root or be a strong channel for all of this fire element, we need to be really stable and really earthed in our life. Now, I can see this coming up with me because I'm not feeling exactly that earth. Really, I don't really know exactly where I'll be or where I'm going to be living in the future, and many different things are coming up, and so there's a little bit of earth instability for me that doesn't allow me to ground this. But this real earth stability it's not so much to do with the material world on the outside, it's to do with your relationship and the way you feel towards it. So creating stability is about, and this is a good practice for me today, is about feeling connected to the earth, feeling connected to my body, feeling grateful for where I am right here, right now, feeling happy and appreciative for whatever situation that I am in, physically and materially, and feeling safe inside of this situation, understanding that it is the perfect platform for where I am right here, right now. Just feeling that will bring in a sense of stability and allow us to challenge, allow us to accept the challenges and channel this higher energy a little bit more. So it's a little bit like an electric current that wants to pass through a circuit. If the circuit isn't grounded well enough, then there's too much current, then it'll blow the fuse, and we'll find a creative burnout when we're trying to overstress ourselves with too much importance and taking this way too seriously, because this is another story. Can just blow our own inner fuses, and that's not the point either. We need to be grounded, and grounded in a sense of self, grounded in a sense of who you are and what you're doing, so that we can actually walk forward and grab the conviction and the duty and the perseverance that this card represents in a positive way, without it being overwhelming or overburdening for our lives. So if you have any of these feelings, sit with them, work on them, allow them to come up in your life, but don't give them too much importance, because we are stronger than we think, we are much more capable than we think, and we have the maturity and the gifts and the tools to go and do our mission in the way we need to do it. And that's going to change and transform, and it's going to shift us. It's going to ask us for a little bit more of an ego death, but it's all great. I hope this has been a great message for you. Make a comment if you resonate with this at all. I'd love to hear your opinions. All the best.